empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight.
Yes, people, and welcome back to Let's Talk Premier League. And we did have Charl here a minute ago, but I don't know where she's gone to. But as you can see, we are here to preview this weekend's games. I'm joined by RJ, Tyler, and Matt. How are we all doing?
Yeah, good, thank you. Yourself?
Grand lad, grand.
Just working the notice period at work, which is always the best bit to do, because that's when you have zero motivation to even want to be at your job when you're working for your notice period. But hey ho, it happens. But let's not talk about work. I've done enough of that. Let's talk about football and this channel. But before we do that, hit the like button. Also, if you go down a little bit further, you can now join the channel as a member for as little as 99p. So you can become a member of the channel, and that will unlock the badges instantly. We've got some club badges that you can use in the chat. I think I've set it all up, including an Argyle one and a Luton one, because they're circular. That was the issue I had. But yeah, you can become a member. There's 4 different tiers. All of them have different perks that you can use. So if you want to become a member, do join below. And yeah, basically all of that. We have got more and more good stuff coming to the channel sort of over the next few weeks. Hopefully got something really exciting if I can get it all sorted. Just got to wait for something to get approved by someone else, and hopefully that does, and fingers crossed we'll have some more exciting things for you in the future. Ravi says, yo, get the likes up and subscribe, don't mess about, and become a member. Glazers out, a mob are gonna quiet after Casemiro and Anthony. I don't think they have. I mean, surely they can't. Big up to Velve and Ravi. 2 United fans, 1 Liverpool fan. Oh hell no. Lanzi, you're signing Emerson, Pokemon. United dropping 80 million on Anthony when we could get Cornet for 17.5. True. Anthony is a baller though, and Emerson is the European champion. That I suppose you can't argue with. But we best keep this flowing, because we don't want to be here for too long. And the way this is going to work is each week we're going to have maybe a few different people on, and we're basically going to see who can get the best points on the game week. So we're all going to give our predictions today. Do get involved in the comments if you want to, but only the people on the stream are going to be the ones who can join this little thing, because I worked out last season we didn't always do this every week, so it was a bit annoying. So if we do it over one sort of game week, it makes it easier to be a bit fairer. But let's crack on, and let's start on Saturday. The first game is Tottenham versus Wolves at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium that still doesn't have a name after being built for 4 years. But, just thought I'd chuck that one in there. The unnamed stadium, the stadium with no name, is going to be hosting the game. I don't know if Conte got banned. I know Tuchel's got banned and a £35,000 fine. I don't know if Conte.
They both have a 1-game match ban,
right.
and they both
I
have
think that's
fines.
pathetic. I think that's pathetic. This should have been dealt with in the ring, personally, on box office.
I completely agree.
I think it would have been a close match and probably a double knockout, knowing them two. You could just imagine both of them throwing a right hook and both of them being knocked out by each other. But RJ, start off with Tottenham. Tottenham Wolves. How do you see this game going? Because this is game week 3, so we can't even really talk about form at the moment because there is none. But certainly for United, anyway.
Oh, funny. You had to put that little remark. Did he lose recently? Yeah, say less. No, look, you look at Spurs, obviously, they have a really good squad. Obviously, Perisic came on and did get an assist last game against Chelsea. And like I said, obviously provided that strength on the left-hand side, which I do think will definitely impact the game against Wolves. Obviously, you got Harry Kane firing again. Obviously, it's kind of weird how it's August and he's scoring because usually he doesn't. But no, like I said, I could definitely see Tottenham definitely getting the win here. Probably very easily, no problems, and that's how I would assume it.
I'm gonna want a score prediction from you, RJ.
I'll wait till everyone out. I want to see what the I want to see general
pussy, you actual pussy! Come on.
We're going to be going in the same order. 4-1. What brave! Antonio Conte's teams to score 4 goals. I'm not sure I've ever. Well, that's Southampton. I've got them favourites to go down, but I don't actually have Wolves to go down. We're actually taking Chelsea's best left back for 13 mil. Brilliant, something like that. Also, Conte can something. Spurs are cheats, but I disagree. I think it's. Do you know what? In just touching on the last game. Do you know what? That's just famous Conte teams. I remember Chelsea teams doing exactly the same when he was manager. So, it's normal for an Antonio Conte team to be a bit more, shall we say, aggressive. But Matt, Spurs Wolves should be an interesting game. Although this really is sort of like terrorist football versus terrorist football, really, because like 2 lots of 3 at the back, and neither team really like to attack. So. It proves to be really good entertainment for your lunchtime kickoff on a Saturday.
I think it'll be a really boring possession game. I think Tottenham will squeeze a win 2-1. I think it'll be a goal game. Yeah. I think it'll be 1-1 for the majority of the game. Going into the first half, then Tottenham will score later on.
Okay. Got a few different ones. Valve says talk about Hezbollah versus Luis Diaz. Should be we'll definitely get to that one. Don't worry about Hezbollah. Although is he gonna start? Because surely not. Charl, Spurs Wolves. I mean, this should be I want to say interesting. It's more like a tactical interest in a way, seeing how both teams set up. It's not exactly going to be free flowing attacking football.
Yeah, I'm not underestimating Wolves. I'm not making sure that they're out of it, because I don't think they are. Spurs have had a couple of good games. That's great, but they're Spurs, so I'm gonna go for a 2-2 draw.
Interesting. That's a fair mild prediction. Tyler,
the way I'm not gonna lie. I see this being very, very one-sided. No disrespect to Wolves. I think this year
disrespected already.
Bias.
I felt a lot of stages towards the end of last season. People weren't really talking about how bad they actually ended up being. Especially certain results they had. Like losing. Obviously, I know Brighton done very well last year, but stuff like losing 3-0 at home and that sort of thing. It's just. I'm not sure. I'm looking at their games they've had so far. Obviously, they haven't really been too great either. So yeah, I only see this going one way, unfortunately. And my score prediction is a bit mad here. Gone with a 5-0 Tottenham.
Wow, I mean,
man's going both.
You're the first one to suggest a clean sheet for Spurs, and I am going to agree with you there, because we do need to remember this is Antonio Conte, and I know he's conceded both games, against Southampton and obviously Chelsea, but this is a team that in theory ain't going to be conceding too many goals, and Spurs seem to have set up a bit better defensively, although we shall see how that works. And Kane has started scoring goals, and I think that's the key part in all of this. Is Harry Kane does seem to have started the season firing. Heung-min Son, on the other hand, not so much. And there are talks from some Spurs fans, which I do find incredible, about dropping Son, and I find that absolutely incredible. That after 2 games, you're like, get on the bench, lad. It's Heung-min Son. I mean, he's been absolutely lethal with Harry Kane for the last 3, 4, 5 years. So I do think it is a bit crazy that some Spurs fans are saying that. I'm going to go 2-0. I don't think Spurs will, absolutely batter Wolves. I do see Wolves sitting deep, being compact, being hard to break down. But I do see Spurs getting a couple of goals, and I don't really see Wolves challenging Spurs too much up top, because more importantly, they've got to try and get the ball to Jimenez. I think that's going to be a challenge in itself. But we shall see. We shall see. Moving on, though, let's go through some of the comments first. Corner is so clear. Respect Luis Diaz, your manager wanted him. I interesting. Also been very dodgy, but the signing of Nunez changes it. So it'll be close. I'm getting 2-0 Plymouth Argyle. Oh, I don't even want to think about our game. We're away, so we'll probably lose it. Lewis says, I've seen Tuchel has been handed a ban. Haven't seen anything on Conte. I assume he's banned, though. I think they're both banned.
Can I just look, Lewis, look, hun, if you're going to report something properly, can we please make sure that it's done correctly and you have the correct information? Because if I was coming at this, everyone would be coming at me. So firstly, Tuchel hasn't got the ban yet because it's being investigated by an independent panel as to whether he's got it. So the ban has been frozen. So it doesn't happen right now. Please get your facts straight. Let's get the facts straight before we come at anybody.
Well, hold up a minute. Hold
Thank
up a minute.
Thank you.
I was just about to say. I was just about to say that. Charl, when I asked, literally less than.
Yeah, and you didn't specifically ask about whether it was specific. You weren't specific about it. So
I think me asking, has Thomas Tuchel got a ban is pretty self-explanatory. That means
no, because it's just come out. The post has just come out.
Okay.
That was per Perry meant to know.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I feel like Charl just completely went for him.
These sanctions are subject to appeal, and Thomas Tuchel's one match touchline ban has been suspended temporarily pending the independent regulatory commission's written reason for its decision that we made available in due course.
Okay, see, I didn't even know that information, so it's good that we got that. Shushvale of Emerson better than Robertson and Simicast. That's a wild statement there.
Jeez.
Nunes been a top baller for a long time. I haven't seen that. I've only seen what Sky reported. Well, they are about 5 years behind, so it doesn't.
Yeah, this was the FA that reported it, hun. The people actually doing the investigation. Literally.
Right.
Leave
leave Lewis alone. Stop Lewis abuse. Lewis has got a lot of support in the chat.
And for that, Charl, you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Okay, RJ is going to get absolutely destroyed in the group chat later by Charl. But moving on, because we've just spent 13 minutes or 14 minutes.
RJ, what's your back in the group chat?
Moving on, Palace Villa. I quite like this Palace team, and I quite like how Patrick Vieira has got them set up. And I'm not convinced by this Villa team or Steven Gerrard for that fact. And I know that I'm going to get a lot of hate from a lot of Scousers now going, oh, yeah, but he's going to take over when Klopp leaves. I personally probably think you should be looking at someone else. I don't think he's ready, but I've not been impressed by this Villa side. They made it very hard to beat Everton last week, and they were at home. That's not good. That doesn't bode well for you. And Everton, for me, are a team that are going to struggle this year, and they made very, very tough there. And it is one of them. But we are I don't know what's going on. Chris has now got a badge. So Chris is a member. So big up to Chris. I think that's what that means. That's next to his name.
Yeah, that's the member badge.
There we go. He's got a member badge. That's because Chris is a member. Why does Chris have a United badge?
That's because Chris is loyal. All you people coming in here commenting, yeah? Don't see any of you with the members badge. Don't see any of you with the members badge. Like, for real. None of you.
I don't know why the member badge is... I don't know why the member badge is a United badge, but that's hilarious. That is actually hilarious.
Welcome, Chris. Welcome.
I will look at that after this stream. Villa will win 4-0 if Gerrard starts Buendia. Buendia did look very good coming on. Did look very good. Dylan says I can't join the membership. I don't know why. And that is mad. I don't know how you've managed to get Casemiro. I don't know how. Valve says he's poor. You can become a member for as little as You can become a member for as little as 99p. So, but moving on, Palace Villa. So
I've seen all your super chats. Bloody Kerry, piss off.
So what I was saying about Palace is I quite like how they were set up, and when they faced Arsenal, I did rate Palace in that second half. I thought they were absolutely fantastic and really pressed well, pushed Arsenal to the limit. And I just think that this Villa team, I'm not convinced. And obviously with all of the issues between, Tyrone Mings and Steven Gerrard, is not going to be doing any help at all. So, I actually think Palace will win this, and it is at Selhurst Park. And we all know that Selhurst Park is not the easiest place to go. So I'm going to go 2-1 Palace. I think Villa will score. And I think Villa will probably score from Buendia. But I do think Palace just have that little bit more. But Tyler, you can start us off on this one.
This one for me, it's a very difficult one to predict, because I feel both teams, especially like you said at Selhurst Park, Palace can be a very good side there. I felt against Arsenal what they were lacking was obviously getting the ball in the back of the net. They had very good chances in parts of that game. They're passing it around very well and that sort of thing. And they look like they're going to be, a decent side again this season, despite, players like Gallagher going back to Chelsea and that sort of thing. Villa, obviously, we know what their aims are going to try and be, especially with the players they've signed. How do I see this one going? I see it being a draw, I see it being a 1-1 draw, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was 2-1 either way.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go with a 1-1.
Yeah, no, that's fair. And it's so tough at the start of the season to even do any predictions, because it is genuinely, we're still so close to the start and we've not played many games, so it is really tough to actually give a prediction. But I suppose that's why we're here, to make ourselves look like a bunch of idiots when we get it wrong. But Charl, you can go next. Palace Villa, Selhurst Park, should be a good one.
2 or 3-1 to Crystal Palace.
2 or 3. Well, do you want to pick a number?
2.5.
I'll go for 3.
No, so we'll do 3-1. Crystal.
3-1?
Yeah, I mean, from what I've seen from Palace, Vieira's done a bloody good job so far. Like, I know it's only a couple of games, but we've seen.
Well, yeah, but you got last season.
Season no. But like coming through from this season, like the last 2 games, I've seen more of what I think we've all known they're capable of, and I don't think Villa have the substance for that.
Okay, interesting. No one actually thinking, apart from Tyler, thinking Villa might snatch a draw. Chris says, I'll pretend it's Carlisle United, as that's the only team that is united. For sure. RJ, Palace versus Villa.
I think this is going to be a really easy game for Palace when you really look at the injuries that Villa have at the moment. Carlos is out for 6 months, I believe, with an injury. Matty Cash has a knock, I believe, as well. So that's already the right hand side screwed already. And who's on the left hand side for the good old Palace? Zaha.
Oh yes. Oh, actually.
There you go. Do your research, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, the former United lad helped us all out by scoring against Liverpool the other night, which was absolutely gorgeous and his biggest achievement to date. But yeah, no, look, I think it's going to be an easy win. I will say 3-1 because I do think the defense is still lacking. Obviously, with 10 men, they still let Liverpool have a goal, even though it was a good goal by Luis Diaz. So, we can have, you can't have everything in the world now, unfortunately. So, I'm going to say 3-1 to Aston Villa. Oh, not Aston Villa, fucking out. Palace. Fucking out. Near me, fucking like Steven Gerrard.
Dylan, I think, trying to annoy Landsy there. East Parko. Cash has a knock. That is true. It's going to be a big miss because I do rate Matty Cash. I think he's a fantastic.
Yeah, no.
The Polish international.
Sometimes you got to say what a competent owner for Man United. Oh, please no, and don't anger me, Landsy. But yeah, Matt, what was your score prediction again?
If I just battered the team that the other managers auditioning for, I'd be filled with confidence. I think Palace will win 3-0 against Villa. 3-0. And yeah, because Gary Neville's got a better win rate than Steven Gerrard as Aston Villa manager. Did you know
that? Gary Neville right now is praising that the Copa del Rey is a competition that counts to a percentage. But moving swiftly on, this game proves to be quite an interesting tactical battle because this is Everton versus Nottingham Forest at Goodison Park. This I'm quite excited about, but we'll start with Tyler on this one. Everton Forest should be a corker.
Yeah, no, it should be. It should be definitely. Obviously, Forest they'll be buzzing from that win last week. Everton, it's an interesting one. They'll look at it and their fans will obviously want the win. They'll look at it and think we're at home. It's going to be a very interesting one. It is going to be obviously.
Is it too early to say that this could be a must-win game for Everton, or is that being a bit too stupid, shall I say? No, the reason I'm saying this is because if you think about this logically, Nottingham Forest just come up from the Championship, made it through the playoffs. Are these teams at Frank Lampard, especially at Goodison Park, knowing how difficult this season may well be, looking at the teams that may be looking at Anthony Gordon, and if they lose him, that is a big loss for Everton. Is this a must-win game for him?
It's a must-win game for Lampard. His job is in danger, he loses it.
True.
Okay. But Tyler, your prediction for this game?
I've actually gone for an Everton win here, and this prediction might sound a bit mad because what I reckon, but I've gone with a 2-0 to Everton. Okay,
it's not mad. It's not mad when you say that because if they can just, I think Everton's biggest problem are going to be goals and not having a striker at the moment, and obviously losing Richarlison in the summer, Calvert-Lewin being injured, goals are going to be hard to come by, and I do feel they need to get that striker. Obviously, Dele Alli looking like he's going to go to Turkey. So there's going to be, I think they definitely need a couple more bodies in that team, and a striker has got. Surely Frank Lampard's got to be sitting there going, I need a striker. Like, I know that I can do something, but I need a striker, because ultimately I can't even blame Frank Lampard if he has a bad season, because he has not been backed at all. I mean, I can't think of a player that they've actually got for Frank Lampard. I'm thinking, yes, that's a decent one. Glazers are best owners in the league. Gerrard over 4-0 Ten Hag. 1-0. Ravi thinks it'll be a 1-0, 1-all Everton Forest. That doesn't sound too mad. Neco Williams balling out for Forest. That's why Forest will win 3-0. Going for the LFC scorers. Okay. Lampard is washed. Buendia has to start as well. He was incredible when he came on. Interesting starts for Everton. Always rated him, but he is an Evertonian, so screw you. Interesting. Moyes rejected him for the Czech McTominay. Actually, McTominay is better than Souček. Interesting. But RJ, Everton Forest.
What about it? No, I'm joking. No. To be fair, this is very interesting, obviously, game for Everton, especially because not only are they on the 0 point club with United, they're repping the gang. They know they desperately need this win. But I don't think, especially you look at what Forest have done with the transfer window. They spent probably, I think, was second most in the league already, just behind Chelsea, something like that. I know they spent nearly 44 million on James White from fucking Wolves, which I don't understand anymore. Like, what is this world?
They did have a bunch of players coming into this, to be fair.
Jesus, what the fuck?
That was just Charl's stomach crumbling.
Sorry. Bruno.
Anyway.
But yeah.
Moving quickly on. There we go. Anyway. I can see this as a draw. Maybe I'm thinking, but if I had to pick someone to win, I'm probably leaning more towards Forest. Obviously, beating West Ham is not the biggest achievement, but it does help them with their survival rate.
You don't need to pick someone to win. You can say a draw.
What?
You don't need to pick someone to win. You can say a draw.
Okay, shut up.
Let him finish, because
right.
we're going to be.
I'm going to say a draw. I'm going to say 1-1 draw. I'm going to say Dean Henderson to break his leg and. No, forget that last
He's
part.
still our player.
Don't care. He's not our player.
He's still our best goalkeeper.
Shut up.
Right,
Fucking Dick even more mad with you.
Let's move on. Let's go to some comments. Chris has got a great comment here. Although I do agree, he should go all out for Tammy Abraham, but he ain't leaving Roma, who are in the Europa League, let's be fair, to join Everton. But I do think that they need to get a striker for sure. A big up to Wolf in the chat. Sue, oh my God, Niall, I am back. It is incredible. McTominay destroys my remaining brain cells. Okay, it's a little extreme.
You want to monetize now? Why do you have it on the fucking screen?
McTominay's goes... Watch 38 games of Souček and McTominay looks like Zidane. I actually don't mind Souček. I probably don't watch West Ham enough to even have a view on this. But Everton Forest, I'm going to go for a 2-1 Forest win here. And the reason being, Cooper, the Steve Cooper, the Forest manager, is a genius. There's no other way of describing him. He is better than Pep. I will put that out there. Steve Cooper is better than Pep. I've said it, and I'm also probably now going to get. Actually, City don't have fans, same way. But yeah, I do rate Forest's chances. I think they've got a very good team, a fantastic manager. I think Everton, defensively, I'm quite sound with Everton. I do rate their defence. I think Connor Cody coming in just brings a bit more leadership to that back line. I rate Nathan Patterson. You've got others. I think Godfrey will be a big miss for Everton for the start of the season, certainly. But they've got defensive options, midfield options. They've got a few. They've got a couple. One more might be a good one, especially a creator, especially if Dele Alli is looking to go wrong, to go to Turkey, and ultimately that number 9 does need to come in. But yeah, Steve Cooper, I think, is going to do a fantastic job. RJ, I've said nothing wrong. YouTube monetization can't cancel me for speaking the truth. Either McFred has Ten Hag nudes as well, or Donny Van der Beek. Well, the thing is, Donny and I don't get it. I really don't get why Donny doesn't start. This is 3 managers now. I don't get it. I really don't. But we'll talk about that later. And this is the quietest I've heard Tyler. Interesting.
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm watching the Norwich Millwall game at the same time.
Oh, my mate said there was a championship game, and now I know why I didn't want to watch it. Return for the physical, and This was targeted at Mystic. Interesting. Don't fight about right. Okay, moving swiftly on. Charl. Wait, is Bruno stopped yelling?
Yeah, he stopped. We're all good.
Yeah, so Everton Forest.
I'm going to say 1-0 Forest.
Any reason, or just want to move on?
I mean, Everton's striking problem is going to be causing them a couple of problems, but also I think Everton just don't have the stamina at the minute. They haven't shown me anything in the last season. They haven't shown much. And they're losing players left, right, and centre, which to me doesn't look good for them. And they're not replacing them, and they haven't got any youngsters to back it up. So as far as I'm concerned, Nottingham Forest have the better standard and quality, and have showed the want and the need to get where they need to be. And we have to not forget, Nottingham Forest are a Champions League team, you know.
Yeah, but big club. It is
big
fantastic.
Big club energy, you know.
Yeah, but it's a nostalgia, isn't it? Having Nottingham Forest back in the top division.
It's crazy. I love it.
Yeah, it really is. It's that nostalgia, and I love it. It's almost like when Brentford came up, it was like, oh, this is new. But then you when Forest come up, it's definitely like that nostalgia of sort of it being back of old. And you know, the game between Spurs and Chelsea was another nostalgia where football was 20 years ago. You got managers fighting, players pulling each eye. It's certainly going back to being good. Russ says, "Boo, we want Russ." Must not be in the group chat that I put the link in then. Watching United, I am rinsing everyone today. My apologies. Watching United Bayern's women's game. Are Chelsea buying Gordon? Well, there's talks at United looking at Anthony Gordon. There's talks at Chelsea are. Well, to be fair, I'd probably spend 44 million on Gordon than 100 million on Anthony, but that's just my personal opinion.
I'd rather Anthony.
Well, I'd rather Anthony, but 100 million pounds. You're basically just saying that you'll just give money away for free. Russ, I'm a Chelsea fan, and Tuchel deserved the brand. Oh God,
Dylan who?
Oh my lord! Right, moving on. Matt, Everton Forest quickly.
Oh, I've got Forest to win 1-0. I think Lampard's going to get sacked after it, and Always going to come in.
Interesting. No one actually. No, Tyler went for Tyler. You went for an Everton win, didn't you? 2-0.
Yeah, I said 2-0. Yeah.
Tyler is the only one. He's got some wild predictions. Spurs to win 5-0 and Everton beat Forest.
He's also a Liverpool fan, so you know.
They're the Leicester. Yeah, but they're the Leicester range fan base. That's Arsenal and United. But moving on, Fulham Brentford. I don't know how this game goes, if I'm being honest with you. Brentford, obviously, as RJ and Matt know, last week were fantastic. Really showed their authority on a relegation threatened Manchester United. But now the big test is here, because now they got to face Fulham at Craven Cottage, to which I'm sure will be a tougher game than the game against United, which is still mad to say. It's still mad that I can use those words and it not be a joke. But Fulham Brentford, Tyler, Fulham Brentford, it is this one. I don't know how I think about this game. This could be a very tough game and a tight game for sure.
Yeah, no, definitely. This one's interesting as well, because obviously it's a derby as well. Obviously my cousin is a Brentford fan. He always tells me about this when they played each other in I think the last time they played each other actually was that playoff game, that semi-final, which obviously then led to Brentford going up that year, I believe it was. So yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting one. Obviously both teams are unbeaten as well, as it currently stands. How I see this one going, I actually see there being quite a few goals, in this one as well. I'm going to go for 2-2.
Okay, that's fair. Charl, Fulham Brentford.
I mean, yeah, I I mean, Brentford have had a great start to their season, 100%, but the way Fulham handled Liverpool absolutely knocked socks out the water. The fact that they handled themselves so well defensively in the midfield, and I think on that, if they come out the way they did against Liverpool, I think we could see a 2-1 to them.
Okay, interesting. So what's your prediction again? Sorry.
2-1 to Fulham.
2-1. Interesting. I'm guessing Mitrovic to get both goals.
I'd like that. Yes, please.
Mitrovic is on fire, but Matt, what's your prediction for Fulham Brentford?
Fulham 4, Brentford 0. I want to see how Brentford fucking like it. I almost want to say that it is really pathetic that you're that angry at Brentford, but they did actually full on humiliate you, so I can understand it. I really can. Russ says, "Ooh, pre-season," because that's what matters. As well?
I did. I thought it was hilarious. I made a sort of video that had De Gea being beaten up by Brentford, and then someone saying he's dead already, which I think is a fair comment. It is true. Pre-season, have some shame. Right. Pre-season, Pirlo stocks increased over his time period. So does Martial's. Niall, it's so good to see you. I've missed this. Well, thank you. Goals in UEFA Conference League, Bowen 1, Saka 0, debate over. Love that. 2-1 Fulham to win, with Brentford scoring first. Interesting. I'm actually going 2-2. I'm gonna agree with Tyler on this one. I can see both teams cancelling each other out. You know, Pierre and Mitrovic probably for Fulham, and you know, you got Ivan Toney, you got so many at Brentford. That I think this could be quite an interesting game. And I think, you know, Brentford's press, it will be interesting to see how Fulham deal with that, because, you know, Brentford are relentless. Then they certainly have found a way of playing that suits them completely, and the togetherness that they've got, I think, is going to be key to them. And this second season syndrome, it's really going to be interesting to see how Brentford handle this season, because, you know, we saw it with Sheffield United. They had that fantastic season where they came like 8th or 9th in the league, and then obviously got relegated the season after. We have seen this before. It just feels different with Brentford. There seems to be something that just feels that they just have a way of playing that suits them, that they can get results, and ultimately they've kept some of their best players, and added to that with Ben Mee coming in defensively. I think that's a fantastic signing Brentford made over the summer, because Ben Mee just brings that leadership, brings that experience, that know-how. He's done it with Burnley. He's been in countless relegation battles. He knows what needs to be done to survive. So it'll be very interesting. I think that's a fantastic signing from Brentford. But RJ, what's your thoughts on this game?
I'll be honest, I thought you were going to forget about me with the way you're talking, but
no, I've got a blank spot on there. I'm tracking it. I'm doing well.
Perfect. Oh, yeah, just to make sure, this game is very interesting. Obviously, I did make a prediction at the start of the season that Mitrovic will get more goals than Haaland. I'm sticking with it. I'm going 3-0 to Fulham. Okay, shut up, Matt. Shut up.
I can see that.
I'm going to say 3-0 to Fulham. I think not only is Mitrovic going to get the hat-trick and, you know, obviously continue that good run of form that he has, we're going to see a nice 3-0 whooping. So
okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Interesting. Let's go through some of the comments before we move on to a quick fire one. We'll have a couple of quick fire ones because no one really wants to talk about Leicester Southampton. Let's be serious. Arteta is the most overrated manager to ever enter the Premier League. 8th, 5th, and rewarded with 450 million. Well, clearly he's doing something right, because they went and got Gabriel Jesus and Zinchenko. It's not like he's going to buy players who don't know how to play in this league. And, you know, I don't know if you saw that video of them doing the kick-ups and Zinchenko just absolutely wiping the floor with them all. That is a sign. I've always rated Zinchenko, but when you're at City, you can't just be good. You've got to be exceptional. I think that's where Zinchenko and Jesus, to a degree, are both going to really do well at Arsenal, because they are. You can already see it. They're definitely the best players in that team by far, and I think that really will help them this season. How's Ten Hag doing? Unbeaten, mate. Unbeaten. Arsenal winning the league. Argyle getting many wins. Let's not talk about that. We will win our first game of the season without Rice. Might be time to cash in. Interesting. Wolf on FIFA. We don't want him anymore, Lanty. I don't think many. I think. Do you know what? If you wanted to cash in on Declan Rice, I think your opportunity is gone, because United getting Casemiro. We don't know what's happening with Frankie de Jong. I mean, have West Ham really messed up here? We'll talk about that in a moment. Ten Hag has had 2 games. Not a Ten Hag fan. He targeted a 5'9" centre back. Is he serious? He wanted the Hasbulla effect. On another note, Sky Sports interviewing Ten Hag with Cara and Neville is a sort of interrogation rather than question and answer. Is a disgrace and wouldn't have happened if Holly the Wally was manager. For sure, that is interesting. Matt, as a boxer yourself who's losing tomorrow, as
hold up.
What's the
Don't say Matt. Watch the combat show from yesterday. About lazy bastard.
I will just say, Matt, RJ, and Jamie did the combat show yesterday. Make sure you check that one out. I actually watched it. I didn't put any comments in, but I was watching it on in the background, and it was a great show. So make sure you check that out as well. Downgrading, when was your last trophy? Big up to Liam. And Real Madrid don't want him either. Big up to Kenny. Chris says, interesting prediction from RJ. That's all I'm saying. Yep, it is interesting. Kenny still exists. That is true. Bet wake up. I have internet problems. Chris using hotspot right now. His internet problems will be fixed when Manchester United start winning games again. Wolf, you should be ashamed of these comments. Martinez
Oh no.
Will live up to. Oh my Lord Jesus Christ. Dylan centre-backs have 6 foot and above. I haven't seen that regulation written down. Wolf must have missed it. We have had short centre-backs, but it takes time. And I'm not going to lie, the Dutch don't have a great reputation within the Premier League. Only a very few have made it. But moving on. One person out of the amount of Dutch people that have come in does not finish your argument there. Now that relies on whether we ever start winning a game. Usyk is winning by decision again, says Chris. But a quick fire one. Leicester, Southampton. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw, because I think this has got the ability of putting me to sleep. Charl, quick score prediction for this one.
The draw 1-1.
Excellent. Tyler?
I'm going to go 2-1 Leicester.
Okay. Matt?
2-2.
Wonderful. And RJ?
2-1 Southampton.
Excellent. Predicting Gavin Bazunu to concede, saying that Bazunu is going to concede. Just sort of says where Bazunu is. But moving on.
Shut up.
Southampton 2-0 because they have Bazunu. I mean, you clearly are drunk. I didn't fail any. I scraped some. I must admit, Dylan. Interesting. Oh yeah. Good luck to anyone who did get their A-level results, and anyone getting their GCSEs next week. I think. Good luck for you guys as well. But moving on.
Good luck for me. 2 weeks.
AFC Bournemouth versus Arsenal is just another one where Gabriel Jesus is just going to absolutely destroy AFC Bournemouth. RJ, I'll let you start on this one.
I don't know if I'm the right person to start off with this, but obviously with Arsenal and Gabriel Jesus, I made that bad decision last week of taking him out, and I deeply regret it. Yeah, he's fucking pretty bastard. But anyway, I think he will definitely get a few goals this week. I do think there'll be a lot more goals from the attack. Bournemouth, like I said, they have been impressive. I think obviously beating Villa already, like I said, they got 3 points, which is good. They might pose a bit of a challenge, but then again, Arsenal are on fire at the moment. So, yeah, I'd say 3-0 Arsenal, I'd say.
Okay, 3-0. Interesting. Liam says, are you bringing back Premier League predictions this season now? Yes, but in a different form. This is Premier League prediction. So each Friday, providing there's no Friday night football, if not, we'll do it on Thursday, is basically going to be a preview of the weekend's fixtures, and the way we're going to do it is we're going to do it week by week. So if we're judging it by a week, so whatever game week, we'll tally those up. If you get a correct score, perfect, then you get 3 points. If you get the result right, you get a point. Nothing if you don't get anything right, and then whatever you got that week, that's your total, and it's going to be who can get the best score in a week, and then we'll decide the winner at the end, and they'll get something, a prize or something. And that's the way we're going to do it. Maybe they'll get something from a store that we might open soon. You never know. Kenny, I'm fuming with the examiners. Interesting. It would be such an Arsenal thing to lose to Bournemouth 1-0 after their exciting attacking start. It would be very Arsenal. But Matt, Arsenal, Bournemouth.
I've gone 5-0 Arsenal. I think Jesus going to score a hat-trick, and I think Arsenal are really good at the minute. I can see them actually getting in top 4.
Yeah. It takes a brave man to admit that he was wrong about Arsenal those years ago. But congratulations, Tyler. Bournemouth Arsenal.
I can see an Arsenal win. The form they've been on. I reckon 3-1.
3-1. Interesting. I'm guessing that's 3-1 to Arsenal. Yeah.
Yeah.
You never know. You've put some wild predictions out there. You just never know.
Yeah, there is that.
Charl, Bournemouth Arsenal.
4-0 Arsenal.
Crikey. No one really giving Bournemouth any hope in hell's chance. It's Scott Parker Bournemouth. And I'm about to continue that trend because I'm going 3-0 Arsenal. Because I just think that Bournemouth will struggle. This Arsenal team have been really on fire at the start of the season. Arteta really has got this team playing a similar way to City, and obviously you've got the transfers he's made, which are very much signings that I think will help Arsenal. So I think Arsenal will win this and probably at some by some margin, I would assume. Casemiro is a terrible signing, not impressed. I don't know why I saw someone open their A-level results on the news the other day. Yeah, I don't know why anyone would do that. It's an interesting one. Kenny says, thoughts on Casemiro now? I suppose anyone would go to a team that's struggling if you double their wages. Do you know what? I would go to pretty much any company if you doubled my wages. So clearly that is why he has joined. It can't be for an ambition or anything. He's won it all. So maybe it's a retirement place. I don't know. I've done that one. Casemiro is a terrible signing, not impressed as Wolf. We'll talk about Casemiro in a moment. Casemiro is Di Maria 2.0. Watch out. I've always said...
He's younger than De Bruyne, he's younger than Kante.
I always said away form over each season has been dreadful. Our home form has always been superb. I reckon that will be the case this season, in my opinion. It's certainly looking that way, but we'll have to see if Schumacher can find a way of getting the team to actually work out how to play at home. I presume is what they've got to do. It's going to get as well as every other good United player bring in. Varane, Sancho. It's not the players; it's the team they're entering. That is a good point. That's a good point. I refuse to enter a stadium that has been downgraded as a hospitality at bad levels. Stadium reeks, Glazers reek, club reeks. Good night. United fans are in
protesting since he was born. He's never watched.
Do you know what? United fans are in such a positive mood this year. It's 2022. Everyone is deluded. Dylan, me, you, everyone. You're deluded if you think United are staying up. But if we lose to Vegan FC tomorrow, I won't be happy at all. If we lose to Vegan FC tomorrow, I might just go to sleep. Calling me deluded, Wolf is like saying a cow isn't good at a supply of milk. Just doesn't make sense. Love that. Last time a Glazers protest happened, I found this magnificent channel. That is true. Wolf actually found us when the game.
I remember that.
It was me, you, and Rachel, wasn't it? If I remember correctly.
Oh my god, yeah, I remember that.
And Wolf is going to be so happy that I've remembered this, because I actually remember how Wolf found this channel. Okay, it was on it was on that game that got, because I think I was going to do a watch along, and then it got cancelled.
I'm 90% sure it was the Chelsea, the Man U Liverpool game.
It was,
and they were protesting out, and we were just chilling on a stream, waiting for it to happen.
Well, the thing is, we were going to do a watch along, and obviously all of this came out, and then we just went live, and that's how Wolf found the channel. So, Wolf, there you go. I remembered how you found this channel, and if you want to join or become a member of this channel, you can for as little as 99p, which is the same as a cheeseburger at McDonald's. So that's one less cheeseburger if you want to be a member. What protest is happening? I've been living under a rock. The one about the Glazers. Do you think Glazers will sell within the next few years? Now, I think they will be under pressure to sell. My favourite streamers are saying that is unrivaled. That's going to
go down as one of the best.
Yeah, it is. Dylan has been. RJ,
you deserve it, you prick.
RJ has definitely just abused his powers there.
No.
Is there no FPL league for this channel this year, bro, or is that not happening? There is. We've started it. We haven't. We're doing one as a group, but I can send you a link. I'm sure the lads won't mind. But moving on, and Charl, we'll let you start on this one, because it is Leeds United versus Chelsea. And Jesse Marsh did say in his press conference he would be angry or disappointed if Tuchel was on the touchline, because he says a red is a red. Obviously, as we're aware, Tuchel will be on the touchline for Sunday's game, provided that they do the investigation after. So, do you think that impacts Chelsea's game or match plan with Tuchel on the touchline, or would it have been the same as if Tuchel was on the touchline if he wasn't? What's your thoughts on this game?
Realistically, I don't think they're going to have an independent panel on a Saturday, to be honest. I'm not going to lie. I don't think they are. And Sunday, I just think he's going to be on there. So if I can piss Jesse Marsh off, great job. Let's piss him off already. It'll be easier to piss him off. No, I don't underestimate Leeds. Leeds are always one that we maybe so much struggle with. But we're a different team. We've got some players that we need to kind of work on getting more minutes for, like Cucurella, Koulibaly, Sterling. So they should be starting because they've earned it. But do I think we're going to absolutely batter them? No. I'm going to say 2-0 to Chelsea.
Okay. That's an interesting one. We'll go to United boys here. Matt, the return of Dan James. Well, not the return of Dan James. I'm sure you know of him. Used to play for United, didn't he? Actually, probably would be better than Rashford right now. But that's regardless the point. Dan James, is that the reason why Chelsea will probably struggle? Because he quite likes Chelsea, if I remember. Because didn't his debut against United, didn't he score in that game?
Yeah, so we not need to remind ourselves.
Yeah.
Let's not be reminding ourselves.
I've gone 1-0 Chelsea. I don't think Daniel James is going to be the impact player in that game, to be honest with you now. But yeah, that's all I'm going to say. 1-0 Chelsea.
I think you're underestimating Dan James there, to be honest. I'm not going to lie to you. If you send I'll send that over, obviously, when I'm not live. That's abuse of power right there, Niall. Leeds 0, Chelsea 5. I think Leeds are due a battering sooner or later, and Chelsea are angry.
I mean, I'm not mad at that comment, because Chelsea are pissed off with the situation that's happened. I think we're more so angry. I'm angrier now that Mike Dean's opened his mouth than I was before. Like, don't
Really?
tell me that don't tell me that you're driving home and you regret your decisions. Like, don't crash on the way home then, thinking about it. You know, like, and I feel like.
And this is why
Cucurella's got some anger to get rid of, you know.
And this is why we've always said that the referee should always be going to the screen whenever they can. Because
you know what? I think it's such a shame that Romero's injured now. I hope he doesn't have a headache like he gave Cucurella.
That is fair. That is fair. What I do want to know is, are we bringing the Argyle podcast? Yes, probably. I just need to. But we're still working on timetables and everything. We haven't actually got a plan yet. We've got 2 spots.
Unlucky, mate. Unlucky. Adios.
We've got the weekly preview and the weekly review. So we've got those 2 locked in, although this review is going to be on Tuesday because there's a game on Monday. Niall's new place looks good. Thank you. I quite enjoy it. You're right there. 3-0 Chelsea is what Chris is saying. It is actually going to be 11-0.
Yes,
Ross. Dylan is absolutely fantastic, and RJ is abusing his power again. Tyler, though, Leeds Chelsea. Can Dan James help Leeds here? Because this game has just got him written all over it if Chelsea play over high line.
No, I don't think he'll be able to help him here. I do think it'll be a close one. Because, you know, Leeds have, you know, especially in the game against Wolves, I thought they looked very good at home. You know, despite obviously what I said about Wolves earlier. And, you know, I felt they were very good in that first half in the last game against Southampton. I thought Rodrigo's done very well. I think with Rafinha going now, I think Rodrigo's really going to step up and you're going to see him do fairly decent this season. But yeah, Chelsea will be, you know, annoyed from last week, of course. And I think they'll get the 3 points here. 2-1 Chelsea.
Okay, 2-1 Chelsea. Fair. Matt, your prediction?
I've already done it.
Oh yeah, you have. RJ. I've got the Irish boys confused here. RJ, your prediction for Leeds first.
This is a very bad sign here. I really am getting concerned over you. I think you should take it again from the channel. Why don't you? Right. Okay. So for me, I think you've all written off, you know, a certain player from Leeds. I'm thinking Rodrigo would be definitely the man of the match against Chelsea. You look at it; he's top goal scorer right now with 3 goals. He has looked pretty good this season so far. I'm going for a draw because, that's how it's going to be, Russ. Don't you want to? Anyway, I think it'll be a draw. I think Chelsea, the only way they get a goal is probably a pen, let's be real. And that's how I see it. So,
yeah. And your prediction?
1-0.
1-0. Oh, interesting. That Charlton before, I don't even want to think about that. It was close until the red card, although the first 15 minutes we couldn't, well, actually for the whole game we just didn't seem to understand what a pass to each other looked like. But, you know, it was sort of like United was playing. It was very unusual. And Max just says Chelsea winning this one, surely. I'm going to go 2-1 as well, but I'm going to go Dan James to score for Leeds and Chelsea to win. I'm not putting that comment out of Ross, but I've not.
Ross, okay, I see. There you go. Oh, God. Get out of here.
And Ross, the issue that you have is he can override you being a mod because he's still logged into StreamYard, I'm guessing. Thought so.
Old man, get out of here. Get to your retirement home.
Mad. This is crazy. But moving on. West Ham versus Brighton. This one has got. It should be interesting. Tyler, I'll let you start off on this one.
Yeah.
He's getting blocked. He's not like.
Why did you stop?
I don't care.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, God. Oh, that was.
It was actually funny for once. Oh my god!
Oh no, I will unblock Kenny in a moment, but that was hilarious. Tyler,
Oh,
bring some normality back to the stream for a second. Right, Tyler.
oh gosh.
Yeah, again, this is another interesting one. West Ham obviously, in the league, we are still early, but obviously winless yet. In that, obviously, it got a win in Europe, which might boost a little bit of confidence. Brighton, however, I thought they were very unlucky against Newcastle. I thought Nick Pope was the saviour really in that game, to be honest with you. And then obviously the last game, before that, we'll know what happened there. Won't go too much into that, but yeah, this one, I see it being a draw. To be honest, I see it being a 1-1 draw. It's that same as what it was when these two sides played last year at West Ham as well. A 1-1.
1-1. There we go. Right. Whilst I look at unblocking Kenny, Max says I missed this craze when this channel was gone for a while. Laughing my ass off that. Oh, that was
Kenny, man.
Kenny, I nothing to say.
Nope.
This show.
Maybe not calling you.
Kenny was quite elegant in the way he spoke there. The topic, however, was
You're asking for another man. I don't care about them all.
No, I'm trying his best. Yeah, literally.
I can't.
Oh, Kenny's back! Kenny's back!
I can absolutely confirm that I definitely was trying my best not to laugh. Right, well, who's next? Charl, I'll let you go next. West Ham Brighton.
I mean, interesting. I think it might be an interesting game. And I think, I don't know, I'm torn between a draw and a win for this one because both teams haven't done shockingly bad, but both teams have potential. Brighton like to shock us. Brighton like to shock us a little bit and beat the... You know what? I am going to go with a 1-1 draw.
1-1. Okay.
Yeah.
Matt, do you want to go next?
I'm not really impressed by West Ham. I went 3-2 Brighton.
Okay. So you 3-2 Brighton, did you say?
Yeah.
Nice. And RJ?
I think we're going to see a West Ham win here. I'm going to say 2-1 Bissaka getting the winner.
So 2-1, yeah?
Yeah.
There's me trying to multitask. Is that 2-1 Brighton, yeah?
I said Bissaka to get the winner now.
Yeah. Is that 2-1 Brighton?
No West Ham.
Definitely didn't know he signed for West Ham there.
On time out, Ross.
I'm still recovering from Kenny's comment. It was absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Right. Kenny says I lost mod. I'll sort that out in a moment. Here, Kenny. Here's a replica mod. Kenny, you can give me a $5 cash app. I need it urgently. I'm skint, mate. RJ says, watch what you say. On that, you can become a member if you want to. And I'm going
Russ
to go.
Says, RJ, I'm going to slap your beard off.
Yeah, that could be an
Yes,
RJ might want to be very careful in the group chat. He's now got he's definitely got Charl on him, and he's definitely got something.
Right.
I see what's happened. Right. I can sort out Chris's thing. He won't have a United badge next to him much longer. I didn't see that. Right. I've been a Kenny fan since I was 5 when... Oh, my Lord Jesus Oh, this channel was literally... Second stream back, and it's already gone to
Third.
Yeah, don't forget about our one. Our stream.
But okay, the second stream that I'm back, because yesterday's was just 3 Irish guys talking about fighting, which was fantastic. I loved it. Do check out the combat show yesterday; it was fantastic. But moving on, the Battle of Oil. And no, I'm not talking about 2 countries. I'm talking about Newcastle United versus Manchester City. It's the Oil Derby. Matt, do you want to start us off on the Oil Derby? Should be an interesting game. Who wins?
I don't think anyone wins it. I City always struggle against Newcastle. So I put 1-1.
1-1. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. RJ, you look older than me, and I'm literally old.
You get ID, so don't talk, man.
So Matt going for 1-1. Tyler, do you wanna?
Yeah, but
go for yours?
He'll be in the box sooner, so it doesn't matter.
I've gone with another mad one, but I don't think it'll be as one-sided as it sounds. So I've gone with a 3-0 City.
Okay, 3-0 City should be an interesting one. Fair. 3-0, you said, yeah?
Yeah, 3-0. I think Newcastle have chances. I just don't know if they'll put them in the back of the net.
Fair. I mean, they have got Callum Wilson up front, but I respect your opinion. Charl, do you wanna go next? So it's interesting. Matt dipped just as we're getting on to United Liverpool after.
I know. This is an interesting one. Yeah, Newcastle have really come into their own with their new oil money, and City have just beaten Haaland. And however much I think Newcastle are good, I don't think Newcastle have the facilities to deal with Haaland, So in that case, I am going to say a 4-1 to Man City.
4-1 to Man City. Okie dokie. RJ.
Just quick and simple, 2-2.
Okay. I'm gonna go for 2-1. I'm gonna go for 2-1 because it's because that's look, Newcastle are a good team. I think Eddie Howe is a good manager, and but it's City at the end of the day. But I can see City conceding. It is at St James's Park, and we know that they're a lot happier now, so that place is going to be bouncing. Evening now. Hope you're all having a great evening. Hopefully we can stay unbeaten against Salford. Apparently they're the front runners to sign Kieran Freeman from Pompey, a Premier League player 2 years ago. Yeah. Who?
Cool story, bro.
Who is Kieran Freeman, and who the hell did he play in the Prem? Because if he was in the Prem 2 years ago, I must have not been watching the Premier League because I do not remember hearing his name.
Oh my god! Wow.
Must says that you only have this ability to grow.
I like this comment though. This was.
Jesus freaking Christ! Right, moving swiftly on. Right, moving swiftly on. Let's talk about another joke, and that's Manchester United. Right, Manchester United at Old Trafford. If the game goes ahead, because we know United fans have a history of getting this one called off. Firstly, Tyler, if this game gets called off, should Manchester United receive a points deduction this time? So that would be twice in 2 years.
Man.
Yeah, you got to say yeah. Then, didn't you? Really,
Yeah.
It's now obviously they've got all this stuff going on, but there's other times to do it, really, isn't there? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. If that was the case.
Okay, perfect. Right now, onto the game. Tyler, what's your thoughts on this game? How do you think it'll go?
it's going to be an interesting one, that's for sure. Because Liverpool ain't looked great in the last 2 games, have they? So, but then again, neither of United, obviously. So, I don't think it's going to be like what it was last year, for example. You know, I still do expect a Liverpool win.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say, I'm going to go 3-1.
3-1. Interesting. Matt, you face Liverpool. Harry Maguire is your leader. He is the man that Cristiano Ronaldo looks up to and wishes he could be as good as. But now you're going to have Casemiro and Rafael Varane all being leaded by all hail Harry Maguire, which is who? Oh, they've gone from Sergio Ramos to Harry Maguire. Matt, what's your thoughts? I mean, you've got McTominay, you've got Fred, you've got Bruno, Rashford, Sancho, Dalot. What's stopping this United team? And Hasbulla at back as well.
De Gea is not stopping the team, but I don't think that's going to be a problem on Monday. I think we're going to win 3-0. Like, honestly, genuinely believe we're going to win 3-0.
And I'm going to need a reason why now, because you can't just say something that ridiculous and not back it up with something.
Fulham looked like the better team against Liverpool until Nunez came on. He can't play against us. Palace looked like the better team against Liverpool for the majority of the game. I think we can genuinely beat Liverpool. Their side isn't that scary anymore.
Okay. Mad. Mad to say.
Is that mad?
RJ, any thoughts on this game?
I would have been, all for Liverpool to be fair for this game if we didn't sign Casemiro. I think Casemiro definitely improves our team.
Playing.
Is he not?
Yeah, he's not going to be available.
No,
right? He's still got medical. Right?
Well, anyway, let's just pray to God we don't get asked to, destroyed. But actually, look, I'm going to say, for the fun of it, 2-1 United, just because I'm somehow still optimistic about this football club. Somewhat.
Interesting.
Yeah,
and what did you go for? Oh my God.
2-1.
To United or to Liverpool?
To United, just optimism, Right,
Okay.
that's another one. That's another one. I will not tolerate stupidity.
These comments are killing.
Stop blocking.
RJ's getting
I don't care.
Right. Charl, talk to me about United Liverpool.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 3-1 to Liverpool. Manchester United are in the mud.
Yeah. And FYI, Chris, you should no longer have a Manchester United badge next to your name. You should have our logo next to your name. I have just been working that bit out because I really need.
And while you're at that, can you go through the comments, please? Because Russ and Velve's banter for the last few minutes has been absolutely on one.
I will certainly.
You can read back and see how good it is.
Right. Velve Ross boxing match round 6 rounds. That would not be fair. Kenny says he'd take a relegation if it meant the Glazers sold. You live at the gas station in Exeter. Wow. Velvet Schwan, your confidence is quite astonishing. No, do you or Charlie saw out that clip of Aaron saying we're doing that? Probably somewhere. Did he say we're going to win 3-0? Please tell me I misheard that. Don't believe you did misheard that. I can confirm you did not.
No,
Dylan saying something really appropriate there. Love that. 4-0 Liverpool. I am speaking Latin. Wonderful. But when do you want my prediction for the second half? Well, it is. Do you know what? And we've Charl, what was your prediction again?
3-1 to obviously Liverpool.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked you even needed to add that in. Right.
I mean, I'm not going to lie though. If Liverpool batter them by more, I will enjoy that even more so.
We have to be pragmatic about this, right? And we must use logic. So here is my reason why I'm saying Liverpool are going to win 7-0. So reason one. After 36 minutes, Brentford had put 4 past you. I do rate Mo Salah, Luis Diaz, even with a suspended Darwin Núñez. That also probably means Roberto Firmino starts, which means, that 4 goals goes in first half. Then I think Scott McTominay will be sent off for something ridiculous after 34 minutes, to which the second half, Klopp will score another 3 goals, and then he'll ask the team to take the foot off the pedal because he doesn't want to actually get Ten Hag sacked so soon, and he doesn't want the Glazers to sell the club, because I'm sure as a Liverpool manager, he's very happy. So that's why I'm going for 7-0. We also need to remember that Liverpool beat United on aggregate of 8-0 last season, but home and away. It was a fantastic showing. And or was it 9-0? I can't remember. What was the game at Anfield? Did that end 4-0 or 3-0? Yeah, that was there. And Old Trafford, that was 5-0, wasn't it? That was 5-0.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 9-0 on aggregate. I'm so sorry. I should really not spread false information. I apologise to all the United fans when I said you lost 8-0 on aggregate. I meant 9-0. So I do apologise to all United fans there. And at least if you lose 7-0, we might get another clip of Terry going mad for views again, which will be great. Because that was hilarious last time. So ding, 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 round 2? I don't know. Hasbullah, a.k.a. Hornswoggle. Oh, please, someone actually put Hornswoggle's face on Martinez, please. Now give me Mob back. Oh, yeah, I need to do that in a second. 9-0 on aggregate last year. Take away everyone's moderator privileges instead. It's only United now. That is true, but that is a wrap. But just briefly, who's going to be player of the weekend? RJ?
Ooh, Harry Kane.
Okay, Tyler?
Yeah, I'll go Kane as well, actually.
Okay, Matt?
Bruno Fernandes.
Charl?
I'm really sorry. I was trying to keep such a straight face for that. Oh my God, that's well done, Matt. Oh, that's actually beautiful. Okay, so I, unlike other people, my sensible, normal human being answer, I'm gonna say Jesus might have a good little weekend.
That is fair. He is facing AFC Bournemouth. And I am going to go for. I'm going to go for Hasbullah. I think he is going to be absolutely fantastic. Sat on the bench, because surely you can't start him. I mean, what for corners? Who's he going to be marking? Van Dijk? That would be hilarious. Big up to Russ, who said, right, I've got to bounce, have fun. We are going to be wrapping up in just a second anyway. Wolf, I was already mod. Player of the weekend will be Ruben Loftus-Cheek, says Uncle Laurie. Or is that Ruben Loftus-Bum-Cheeks? I don't know. Is that
Ruben Clap-Them Cheeks?
It's just Valve.
Oh my God, RJ made a funny joke. Congrats.
Freeman was our.
That was me. That was me.
Wow, Charl, wow.
I'm going to put this in the most brutal way possible. I really couldn't give a fuck about Freeman. Don't even know who that guy is. Right, peace. Catch you in a bit, Russ. But I got demoted for speaking the truth.
Right.
Right. I actually just can't put any of those comments up. So we're just gonna wrap up with just quickly game of the weekend. RJ.
I need to check the games again. Sorry, hold on. It's been a long day. Leave me alone, will you? To full. Everton and the Forest. There you go.
Okay. I'll agree with that one. Tyler, game of the weekend.
I'm going to say Fulham Brentford.
Okay, Matt.
Leicester Southampton is going to be a slobber knocker.
Thank you for Southampton. Yeah, come on.
And Charl.
What's this?
Game of the weekend.
I want to say Monday Night Football when we just see the aftermath of a disaster show. So yeah, I'm going to say Monday night.
I have to agree with you on that one, Charl.
Disaster show for Liverpool, and we battle them 3-0.
You know what? I really do appreciate, because I don't have Comedy Central on my TV, but every time United play, they really do bring the comedy to my house. So it's really
literally.
nice. It's lovely.
Yes, Andrew.
Big up to
Andrew.
Who has become a member. Thank you so much for that one. And I have fixed it so you don't actually have a United badge next to you. So you'll be thankful there. You have our badge, which is better. But big up to Andrew.
Yes, Andrew.
Dylan Martial is trash. I think Martial could be quite an interesting one. To see how he does.
Maybe back from injury.
Liverpool versus Casemiro. I don't think Casemiro will be able to play, will he?
He's not even.
Has he even signed?
I know they've announced him, but they haven't done a medical yet. He's having his medical done later on this evening.
I think they probably get the medical done probably tomorrow. I'd say it'll probably get done tomorrow.
So he's not going to be playing.
He won't play.
No,
and also,
he won't be.
It's a massive, huge one. A massive thanks to Winter Surfer, who's actually become a super fan, which is incredible. So thank you so much there. Because we all know that Winter Surfer is just incredible and super. So the title does make sense for him. Casemiro can't play. Well, he hasn't even signed. I know Romano's come in and shoved his size 9 in there, saying done. But you've still got to do a medical, and so it is one of those. And Velvishwan is trying to pick a fight with Dylan. But guys, we are going to wrap it up there. I don't think we'll have anything over the weekend because I'm working pretty much. Well, working both days. Monday, we won't have the review show because obviously we've got Monday Night Football. And of course, we're not going to be streaming during that. So we'll be back most likely Tuesday to wrap up this weekend's games, including Monday Night Football. I think, RJ and Matt, you've got another combat show this week, or is that...
More than likely, it'll be next Thursday. Yeah.
We could do a reaction. We might do a reaction.
I won't be able to react.
Are you doing a watch along for the Anthony Joshua fight tomorrow
I won't be able to watch it.
I won't be.
No, I won't be able to either. I'm watching with friends. So.
Yeah, but I think there'll be a combat show next week, and then I think we've got Premier League games next week. If we got Premier League games next week, or is it international break?
Yeah, we do.
We do.
Brilliant. Thanks for
that. I know we have got an international break coming up, which is absolutely incredible. I cannot believe we actually have an international break when we've got a Winter World Cup. But it's really one of those. But we'll be back next Friday again with another one of these. Which this show was absolutely incredible. I had absolute great fun with that one. That was brilliant. That was brilliant. Bless me now. You are blessed. You are blessed. Dylan says goodbye, everyone. Great stream. Really enjoyed the stream. Good stream. Really nice stream. Enjoyed the stream. In all seriousness, it was absolutely fantastic.
Can someone bring Andrew's comment up?
Valve on that combat show. I'm gonna destroy it.
Anyone with a brain can hop on, no problem. I mean, we just allowed Matt on, but it's fine.
So RJ, how come you're allowed on?
Because I am the king of MMA. I know all about it. My knowledge was superior. Anyway.
And
I know boxing.
If you haven't checked out the combat show yesterday, do check it out. It was a great show with Matt, RJ, and Jamie. But guys, we are going to wrap it up there. A huge thanks to everyone who tuned in. That was an absolutely brilliant stream. If you haven't checked out, I don't know when me and Charl were in hysterical laughter for about a minute or two, but do check that bit out. And if you haven't watched the whole thing, I really urge you to watch the whole thing. More importantly, to go through the comments as they came through, because those were incredible. They were fantastic. Andrew fight RJ. Goodness sake.
No.
Before we do go, and we'll end the stream there. RJ, stop. I've got RJ, where can they find you, mate? And I've got to unblock them now. You know how annoying that is. My computer's
sorry, Niall, but the truth has to be told. Get them out. Simple as that. You can find me on this channel every Thursday, hopefully, with Matt, Jamie, and other guests. We are doing the combat show. Next weekend, we'll be doing... Actually, we'll probably just talk about different stuff about MMA, because I don't think there's an MMA event next weekend, maybe. If there is, we will talk about it. You can find me on all social medias. Rabbi Jaguar, all social medias. Thank you for having me as well. It's been fun, other than the comments, but yeah.
It's been absolutely brilliant. Velvishwan, I have now unblocked you. Also, RJ, you've got to stop doing that, because if they're a member and you block them, you kick off their membership. So you do need to actually...
I don't get paid for that.
You will do when we start earning. So,
All right, okay. Well, I'll stop.
I need to talk to you and Matt about that later. But now, Valve, I'm gonna belly splash you through the floor. I would pay good money to see that. Tyler, where can they find you, though, mate?
Yeah, obviously T-Boys TV, as you can see there. That is literally my channel. I've done 2 streams earlier, so if you want to check them out, feel free. Niall, thank you for bringing me on.
No worries, mate. No worries. Thanks for coming on, and you'll definitely, I'm sure, be back as this channel is now back. And thank God it is, because this was fun. Matt, where can they find you?
Just MJWS691 on Twitter and on the combat show every Thursday, I think.
Yeah, we'll sort something out. Don't worry.
Brilliant. Yeah, and last but not least, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Charl_strong, and you can find me on my YouTube account, Charl Strong TV.
Perfect. So you gonna be coming back to your YouTube channel anytime soon, or?
Yes.
We've come, so you have to now.
I have something in the works that might actually blow up a little bit. And when I say there might be a battle of wars, there might be a battle on my YouTube channel when I bring this back. So we shall see.
I will definitely be there. For sure.
You'll want to be.
I'm going to give you a Love that. What we got here? I don't want to find late show cancelled now. Well, Matt and Luke, I believe. I don't do so with me job. I'm in bed by 11 now, so I don't do the late show mainly for the fact that I will be in bed. But I believe Matt and Luke are bringing that back. But we've only just come back, so not everything's back, and a lot of shows are gone. Because
we'll sort something out.
I will. All the club shows are gone. We're replacing them with something a bit more interactive and a bit better, because the club shows got really boring really quickly. But that's everything for today. We'll be back on Tuesday doing the weekly review show. Well, I'm sure I'll get some fantastic guests on for that one. Before you go, do hit that like button, and you can become a member, as I've mentioned. And we've got plenty more in the works for you guys that I cannot say yet, because don't want to give false promises just yet. And we'll just end on Andrew's comment. Velv gets battered everywhere he goes. Everywhere he goes. Until next time, thanks for watching, guys, and peace out.